Hello, everyone. I played earlier today. I did not do too well. I ended up losing a lot of games, despite playing pretty well overall. Just one of those sessions where I just couldn't get a victory. Currently sitting in demotion status for the Master 1 division. The week ends later today, so I want to have one last ditch effort to put a win streak together, get myself back up here into the Master 1 brass so that I can stay for the coming week. Do not want to get demoted again. So I'm going to play a few more duels. Hopefully things go well this time, and I can get myself out of the demotion status, so let's get into it. Okay, got a new opponent here. Way for good luck. Immediately got this weird-looking antenna here. Sun is in the south. I think this is going to be in Spain someplace. I feel like you see it more up this way. I'm going to center plonk northeastern Spain on this information. Hopefully it's not too bad of a guess. Really not too sure. I don't think the other opponent knows, but we'll see where they go. They're also thinking northeastern Spain. And it looks like it was actually in Sardinia. Interesting. Okay, so we get the wrong country. I was slightly closer. I do get my 1.5x multiplier. Okay, here we are in probably Germany. I do see all of the bollards. Don't know any of those things. It's kind of flat. A lot of corn. I feel like a center-west plonk here might make sense. I'm pretty confident I am in Germany. I didn't see what the other person guessed. I'm thinking they're probably going with Germany as well. Yeah, they're going Germany, a little bit further south to where I am. Okay, and it was actually, where was it? Luxembourg. Interesting. Missed something there. I was right to go a little bit towards the west of the country. I just chose the incorrect country, unfortunately. It's an American-style license plate. The sun is presumably north. Let's say rotoplas. I can't tell if this is going to be in like the Puebla region of Mexico. That is rotoplas. Okay, that should be in Mexico then. I'm going to go in the state of Puebla just because of this hexagonal road. Also hoping it's not going to end up being someplace in the north of Peru. I'm going to go Mexico here though. Rotoplas I usually associate more with Mexico. I think it could be found in other parts of Latin America. They're going the same region. Okay, and it looks like it was just outside of Mexico City there. They were slightly closer. Going to do a small chunk of damage to me and get a 2x multiplier. Okay, here we are. Solid center road line. Sun is south. This is going to end up being in Guatemala. I'm just going to center plonk Guatemala here. I would think the opponent here is probably going to do the same thing. It also looks like zooming in on Guatemala, I can't really see. They're going a little bit further north, a little bit further south actually, and it was further west. They're going to get that one again. So they're just merching me here really early on, just inching me out each time. Getting larger multipliers, which is not good. We got yellow license plates all over. This ought to just be Colombia. Terrible at region guessing Colombia. There's the cross. There's the cross. Go with this region. Hopefully it's okay. It's a little bit drier. Not overly familiar with the geography of Colombia. I mean, I'm just plonking it someplace in the mountains. They're going up where I am as well, a little bit further to the north. So I'm finally going to get one of these guesses going my way. Okay, it's a small chunk of damage there, but I am getting a 2x multiplier. Here we are, maybe Russia. Do you see these hooks? We do have the antenna here. Smudge on the camera. Want to make sure this isn't going to be like Serbia or something like that. It does look very European though, and that is kind of what is freaking me out a little bit. I'm going to go this region. They're going to go in Ukraine. Okay, and actually it was outside of Kazan. Okay, good chunk of damage there. It shows the correct country. Good thing I didn't go all the way over here. Something didn't look right. Got a grayish car in the back. Does that put us in Latin America or a place like Thailand? Or like Bhutan or something. Colombia. Peru, Bolivia. I really don't know on this one. The person's going in Indonesia. It's actually the south of the Philippines. Not enough to knock me out of the game. We're slightly closer. Got to remember that car. Get a 3x multiplier here. Here we are in what I think is the United States. Railroad crossing, do not pass. It is pretty lush. Can't tell on that license plate at all. Overall, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to go like up here in like Northern Virginia. I mean, I feel like it could be that area. They're going in New York. They got New York State. It's going to knock me out of the game. Good game. I saw something that I was not familiar with. Couldn't tell on the license plate. Maybe they got a clue off of that. Minus 19, unfortunately. I just cannot get a victory today. I am going to get into a few more games and see if I can get myself up here into the 840s again. Okay, got a new opponent here. Wait for good luck. This is Portugal, I think, with these poles like that. It should be. I think you see a landscape like this maybe in the north. Let's see if that's right. That is not correct. Okay, it was actually closer to Lisbon. It's going to do a nice chunk of damage to me. Maybe the U.S. Got wood poles, guy wires, very hazy, smoky coverage here. Birch trees. Unfortunately, I don't know. I have no idea. The person goes to New York State. Okay, it was actually out west, British Columbia. That was a very difficult round. They kind of insta-plonked it. I didn't have too much time to think of it. I was slightly closer. I do get my multiplier. Here we are, and I think it's going to be again in the U.S. or Canada. L something. No, I stand corrected. This is going to be in Chile, I think. I am going to go a little bit further south near Concepcion. You get these pines down this way. They go further north. Okay, I had a pretty good guess there. Getting a 2x multiplier and a small chunk of damage. We got the black truck here. Should just be Paraguay, right? Going Paraguay, they go Paraguay. Okay, had a good guess. Inching the person out here. Nice chunk of damage, 2.5x multiplier. Things are going well. Okay, it's probably Russia or Ukraine. Very sunny. insta-plonked it. That's the problem. I'm going a little bit closer to Ukraine, just in case it is. Okay, and it was actually kind of closer to St. Petersburg. Not enough to knock the opponent out of the game. I do get a 3x multiplier. They're going very quick here. I think trying to get me to make a bad guess. Here we are, small cam, very mountainous. I like Peru for the idea. Sun, can't tell. Do have these kind of poles. I'm taking that Peru idea. Going Cusco region. The person goes in Argentina. Okay, actually it wasn't Peru. That ought to knock this player out of the game. Okay, good game. Very quick round there. A lot of quick rounds. Come out ahead. It's going to be plus 17. Okay, so I made back what I lost in that last game. Back to an 805. So pretty good there. Not complaining about that. It was a good victory. Made back what I lost. I'm going to get into a few more games. Just got to get a win streak going. Hey, got a new opponent. Way for good luck. Looks like we're driving left. Is this Sri Lanka? India or Sri Lanka, I would think. Southern part of India, just in case. Not sure. The person's going to the northern part of India. It was actually Bangladesh. That's sad. Okay, so big chunk of damage to me to start the game. I thought that car down here was like that French car, kind of jacked me up a little bit. Not starting off too well here. This is probably going to be like Vietnam, Indonesia. I think this is the bike guy. I think we're going to find this in someplace in Vietnam. I think maybe like in the southern part, something about it. Plonk Vietnam, they go Indonesia, it's Philippines, interesting. Okay, so slightly closer there. I do get my 1.5x multiplier, small chunk of damage. They do have quite an advantage on me right now with that bad guess. Probably Mexico right away or the US. All in Spanish. Unfortunate I am not familiar with like any of these area codes. Where is the sun? The sun is south. Blue license plates. Is this Brazil? No, can't be Brazil. Read that again. Tony, más de 20 años de experiencia y seguridad. That is definitely Spanish. Go in Mexico City. Blue car. I mean, it could be Mexico. They're going Mexico as well. Okay, interesting. It was right. It was Tijuana. Okay, at least I got the country right. I didn't. I had no idea it even looked like that up there. It was difficult. Okay, so here we are. What do we have? A solid yellow line here. Maximum 40. Okay, that should put us in Canada if it just says maximum. I am going to go up here. Canada on this information. They do Canada as well. I was luckily slightly closer. Nice chunk of damage there. Okay, so pretty much evened out the game. I do have a 2.5x multiplier, just inching this person out. Okay, this might be Europe. Okay, I disagree with that now. I do not see a car. Okay, so where can this be in the world? Kind of looks like vineyards. Looks very European. I mean, that is definitely a Christian church. I mean, I don't want to say this like can't be a place like the U.S. This feels a lot more European to me. Like northern Austria, like outside of where like you'd see like mountains. I know Austria a lot of times does not have a car. I'm just plonking here. They are going. Oh, actually, it was just in Austria. I think they went in south of Czechia, but they do get that. Pretty good guess. I'm not disappointed with that guess at all. I just wish I was slightly closer. Okay, here. Oh, okay. This is northern Russia. Nanets. Where is that? It's up here. Oh, maybe this way. Yeah, I got to plonk it up this way with these kind of blockier. I think they recognize it as well. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay, I had a really good guess there. 2.5x multiplier, knocking the opponent out of the game, recognizing those concrete block roads in the northern part of Russia there. Plus 16, back to an 821. Okay, battling back here. Got a 2-game winning streak going. Probably about 2 victories away from getting up into 23rd spot. Pretty cool. Got a 2-game winning streak going here. Gonna play a third or another game here. Got a new opponent. Wait for good luck. Just like sun looks more south. I was gonna say like it reminded me of like Israel or something. We got the double outside yellow lines. Do have the yellow on the back. This is probably right outside of like Jerusalem or something. It is directly north. Maybe Haifa. Looks like there is a 2-lane road. I'm going to go up that way. You got that highway coming in and out. They go in Dubai. Okay, and it was actually in Israel. Got the country correct. Massive chunk of damage to start this game. Pretty good. Okay, we got some like agave plant, it looked like here. Sun is in the south. I do see the blue. That looks like it could be Italy. I'm going to go in like a really southern part of Italy here. Probably hedging it between all of these places. Understandably, that could be a very risky thing to do. They go in Albania, okay, and it was actually on Sicily. Not enough to knock the opponent out of the game, but 2 very good guesses nonetheless. Okay, looks right away like an Indonesian flag that I'm staring at. All right. Definitely is Indonesia. Just trying to think of where I can plonk my pin here. Even crossbars. Doesn't look like... Maybe it's going to be like Bali. Looks like there's kind of like a river. That could be anywhere. I'm water plonking Indonesia. Not sure where it can be. They're going to go on the island of Java. Okay, that worked out nicely for them. Good chunk of damage to me this time. Yeah, that was... Yeah, Indonesia's really, really hard. Okay, we got a white car here. Sun is south. Okay, so now I have more... This is Mexico. I think with the flatness of it, I got to go to Yucatan. Let's see what the other... They center plonk it. Okay, and it was actually closer to Tabasco. It's... Okay, knocking the opponent out of the game. I think this is probably going to be plus 11. Plus 14. Okay, not too bad. Better than I thought. Back to an 835. Closing the gap to where I started today at. 3-game winning streak, 835. Looks like I'm about a victory away. Maybe 2 victories away from getting back up in here. Well, the getting is going pretty well right now. Going to get into another game. Let's see if I can keep this win streak going. Okay, got a new opponent. Wait for good luck. Brazil right away. Sun is north. I kind of vibed like that Hoheima area. distant mountains. I am going to hedge this one in the northern part of the country, maybe up this way. I don't think it is going to be that high. I mean, we do have rolling mountains. I mean, I don't, maybe Monte Grosso, but I'm going to kind of hedge it up this direction. See how that goes. Shouldn't have done that. It looks like it was way more northeast. Huge chunk of damage to me. It was outside of Recife. Elo on this opponent. 945. Okay, well, that's going to be a tough game to play here. We got an antenna. We'll think a place like maybe Russia, Poland. Can't tell if that's a European license plate. I do have these flowers all over the place. Do you get this antenna anywhere? Like Estonia, Finland. I don't know. Well, the person goes in Russia. Okay, it was actually in Latvia. Okay, that was pretty good. So trading a couple of bad guesses there. Getting a huge chunk of damage to the opponent and a 1.5x multiplier. White flower meta helping there. This is Japan. Probably will be Japan. Give me something I can use. I was looking at the polls. It's just a lot of information to remember. Fortunately, I just got a center plonk Japan here. I was looking for something. They're going to go further south. They're going to get that one. Yeah, I was trying to study the polls like earlier today, but it's a ton of information to remember. So not too good. Okay, this might be like Vietnam. Actually, that looks like Hindi. Small cam India, maybe. Bangladesh have small cam. I'm going to go in the state of Bihar. Let's see how that goes. They go further south. Okay, it was actually in the eastern part of India, so I had a pretty decent guess there. Actually, it was West Bengal. Big chunk of damage at a 2x multiplier. KM134, small cam, double outside, white lines, and a solid center line. I mean, this has got to be like Croatia or something, right? It's got to be. Maybe this region of Croatia, something like that. No, they go further south. Looks like they're going to get that one, but slightly. Big chunk of damage to me. It's on the border of Romania. It's actually Serbia, on the bank of a river. This is Mexico. It should be Mexico. The sun is kind of south. Don't like this Mexicali. Something's telling me it's all the way over here. Hopefully it's not like... Oh, okay. Not too bad, not too bad. It was a very good guess. Not knocking the opponent out of the game. If I just hedged that just a little bit in here, that would have been real nice. Got them down to a very small chunk of damage. This ought to be Oman. Sun is south. Gotta go up here in Oman. Okay, I'm gonna get that one up. Oh, maybe not. I do get that one. That does knock the opponent out of the game. Very good game. That were 945 ranked. That's going to be a plus 20, I think. Plus 21. That's excellent. All right. 856. Let's go. Very good guess. That bumps me into 20th spot on a 4-game winning streak here. I feel a little bit more comfortable staying in Master 1 at this elo. I mean, I could keep playing. I mean, I do have a 4-game winning streak, but one loss drops me back down, and I don't want to be here all day playing to try to dig myself out. So right now, I think this is a pretty good elo. Really happy with that. 4-game winning streak. I'm going to shut it down now, and I will be back with the next one.